Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. An emerging area of low pressure over the Front Range high plains. Showers and storms are going to develop across the plains this afternoon, and severe weather threats begin tonight when scattered to severe thunderstorms are likely to initiate across the southern to central Great Plains. As the plains storms intensifies today, so will winds over the central and southern high plains. Severe weather threats shift eastward tomorrow. Closer to home, warm and dry conditions over the past few days have dried fuels ahead of a strong storm system expected to move through the area today, bringing with it strong winds. Strong southwestern winds gusting to 60 miles per hour combined with minimum relative humidities in the single digits will lead to extremely critical fire weather conditions late into the evening. As a result, the National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory for the area from 1 until 10 p.m. today. West winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 55 are expected and will blow around unsecured objects, so secure those, please. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may also result. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Please use caution. The National Weather Service has also issued a red flag warning for today. Red flag warnings mean that critical fire weather conditions are either occurring now or will shortly. A combination of strong winds, low relative humidity, and warm temperatures can contribute to extreme fire behavior. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. The Village of Tularosa is having their monthly regular meeting this Wednesday at 6 p.m. You can view the agenda by visiting villageoftularosa.com. Citizen James Freeman, who also evidently identifies as James Springer, has posted a video declaring his intent to sue Lincoln County Sheriff Mike Woods. Freeman states that this past Friday he was trespassed from all Lincoln County property from what he calls retaliation towards an unnamed woman who had blown the whistle on a deputy and got him into some sort of trouble. Nothing else was shared, except for this guy attempted to play hero.
I went into the sheriff's department to try to speak with the sheriff, get some transparency on the issue. Rather than transparency, I was trespassed from the building under threat of arrest.
Imagine that. The department refused to share information about what is likely a current investigation, and this guy isn't part of it. So yeah, if he refused to leave, they likely did trespass him. Freeman, or Springer, went on to claim that attorney Blair Dunn sent notice of intent to sue under the New Mexico Civil Rights Act, claiming video evidence of the office denying his client the rights to speech and press. Freeman, or Springer, he's referred to as both here, goes on to say that more information will be released over this in the coming weeks. My question is, why does this guy have two names if he wants to be so transparent? I might need to call Sheriff Woods myself to see what this is all about. This past Saturday, Trump advisor Tana Gertz was brought in by the Republican Party of Otero County. We heard from Vice Chair Josh Beasley.
She electrified the crowd. I mean, it was great. She brought a good message about how teamwork gets the job done and how you just keep working hard until you achieve what you want to achieve. It was a pleasure to bring her in. We had a great turnout in Weed. We had a great turnout down at the Elks. We had a great time. Everybody was laughing, carrying on. She was a great entertainer, and it was an amazing event.
Beasley states that there should be videos posted soon on the Republican Party of Otero County Facebook page. Well, today is Monday. Time to get an update from Animal Village NM.
Hi, radio listeners. This is Sunny Aris, co-founder of Animal Village NM, with an exciting opportunity for all of you to help animals in your community and save money and get those spring projects done. Last year, to help keep animals in their homes when owners were struggling, we provided more than 8 tons of pet food to your area food banks and made more than 200 low-income spay-neuter surgeries possible, preventing thousands of puppies and kittens over the years from suffering in your community due to the lack of quality homes for them. But we need to do so much more to prevent animals from suffering on your streets and neighborhoods, and we can't do it without your help. We don't have movie stars or singers to do national commercials for us. We just have our passion to help animals and you. Right now, we're running on fumes, unable to spay and neuter enough animals with kitten and puppy season in full swing. That means pets of people who haven't spayed or neutered their animals are escaping from their yards, and even worse, breeding and becoming pregnant in their own homes, with the idea that we'll just get rid of them in the Walmart parking lot. Well, think this through with me, folks. What happens to those puppies and kittens in your community? That's right. Most of them don't get spayed or neutered either. And they breed in your community, and that's why New Mexico has the worst pet abandonment rate in America. Google it. The animal control facilities charge fees to take in pets because it costs you money to kill them. That's right. More than $500,000 per year of your taxes go to run the animal control facilities that kill the animals that these people dump there. Do people who don't want their pets want to pay a fee to abandon them? Nope. So many of them just abandon them in the canyons or on your streets, costing you taxpayers the expense now to also round them up and then kill them. So it's up to us to stop this insanity, stop this killing and suffering. We're committed. Are you? We'd love to meet you and see how we can make a difference together. Think hard about volunteering, running a shoe drive fundraiser, donating your time and whatever effort you can to make a difference in your community. Join us in beautiful Ruidoso on Cinco de Mayo. We've assembled a huge selection of building supplies, heavy-duty storm doors, garage doors, yard tools, heavy-duty colorful event chairs, industrial fans, and more that you can purchase at reasonable prices and more. We have hardwood furniture, antique furniture, home decor, and yes, a vast array of pet supplies, new and gently used dog and cat beds, leashes, collars, harnesses, bowls, and crates. Everyone who spends just $25 gets a free pet toy. We even have Chinese food dogs and wonderful antiques. So join us on Facebook. Get all the details, help local animals, save money, and get those projects done.
Details about the upcoming fundraiser and other ways you can support are available by visiting animalvillagenm.org. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
The Eddy County Sheriff's Office is investigating after suspected human remains were found in Carlsbad Caverns National Park. The remains were found on the Yucca Canyon Trail. It is not yet known if foul play is suspected. The trail is open to the public. The Sheriff's Office is investigating along with the National Park Service. A man accused of an Albuquerque murder in 2022 is now behind bars after being arrested in Lordsburg. Back in September of 2022, officers were dispatched, and when they arrived, they found one person in the street, dead, shot in the neck. Police say a witness told them her boyfriend had been killed by her ex-boyfriend, Luis Sotelo Carrasco. He's been booked into the Metropolitan Detention Center and is facing an open count of murder. The state is asking that Sotelo Carrasco be held in detention throughout the trial. 2 illegal migrants fell off the border wall in Sunland Park and suffered serious lower extremity injuries on Saturday around 3:30 in the afternoon. The 2 people were transported to a local hospital by Sunland Park Fire. The New Mexico Foundation for Open Government is asking for an investigation into the Bernalillo County Commission for possibly rigging the new county manager process. Melanie Major is the executive director of the nonprofit organization and says residents started to call in with concerns after a video of Commissioner Stephen Michael Quesada walked out of Tuesday's commissioner meeting.
All the people that voted for me does not have a voice right now when we're passing this resolution. So my time is better served in my commission, at my desk in my office.
He was upset that the public's business had not been conducted in public. From what we understand, a resolution was put together outside of a public meeting. And the Open Meetings Act is very specific about what public officials can and can't do.
Major went on to tell KOAT that it's important to find out if Commissioners Barbara Baca, Adrienne Barboa, and Eric Olivius attended a meeting with a predetermined plan. This would be a violation of the Open Meetings Act. She stated that if the Attorney General finds the commissioners did violate this act, they could be charged with a misdemeanor and would each have to pay a $500 fine. It is important to note that the Attorney General's office has yet to comment. Recently, British television host Julia Hartley Brewer had to deal with a guest over pronoun preferences.
Good afternoon, Julia.
Thanks.
You know my pronouns are they, them. How are you doing?
Yeah. Thank you for telling me your pronouns. I use correct grammar. So the only thing I would need to refer you to is to your face would be you. But I'm not being rude. You can choose your pronouns. You can choose what you want to call yourself, but you don't get to require me to use incorrect grammar and factually incorrect things. You're not a plural. You're a one person, and you're a female person. So I will use she and her. Thank you very much.
Do what you like, I guess.
Well, there you are. You didn't need to tell me then, did you?
The guest wasn't even on the show to discuss pronouns. She just jumped into it to create a stir, it seems. Anyway, I'm waiting for this kind of act to become a hate crime. I mean, imagine if this kind of action was endorsed by a legal entity. Say, I don't know, the Supreme Court? Well, people who now interact with courts in New Mexico will be able to know which pronouns and salutations they use, including some gender-neutral terms. Additionally, the New Mexico Supreme Court on Tuesday ordered courts in the state to use what is listed to ensure all parties and attorneys are, quote, treated with dignity, respect, and equality under the law, close quote. The move came out of a recommendation made by the court's Commission on Equity and Justice, which, quote, strives to eliminate biases and inequities within New Mexico's justice system, close quote. All 5 justices agreed on the administrative change. So starting immediately, defendants, plaintiffs, and their counsel can list their pronouns and salutations alongside their names in the heading of complaints and other pleadings. However, the options allowed under the order are not all inclusive. For pronouns, a person can choose from she, her, hers, he, him, his, or they, them, theirs. For salutations, the options include Ms., Mrs., Mr., or mix. Mix? The order also limits people to only one set of pronouns, even though some people say they use multiple. While the rule requires the courts to use the information verbally and in writing when addressing, referring to, or identifying a person, there is some flexibility. They can also use a person's name or what the order calls other respectful means that are not inconsistent with the gendered terms the person uses. Sports and weather next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero, and I'm going to go grab me an aspirin after that last story. We'll be right back.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 8 games for New Mexico softball today, including Deming at Chaparral. 11 games for New Mexico baseball today, including Chaparral at Deming. The National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory for the area from 1 until 10 p.m. today. West winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts up to 55 miles per hour are expected and could be higher in the mountains. The winds will blow around unsecured objects, so please secure those objects. Tree limbs could be blown down, and a few power outages may result. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use additional caution. The National Weather Service has also issued a red flag warning. A red flag warning means that critical fire weather conditions are either occurring now or will shortly. A combination of strong winds, low relative humidity, and warm temperatures can contribute to extreme fire behavior. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly cloudy but clearing. Windy today with winds gusts as high as 55 miles per hour. Areas of blowing dust this afternoon. Tonight mostly clear, windy with gusts as high as 46 miles per hour. Tomorrow sunny skies with significantly calmer winds. They'll be coming from the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin 76, low tonight 44, high tomorrow 76 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny and windy today, winds gusting as high as 70 miles per hour. Clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 70 miles per hour. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting as high as 32. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 53, low tonight of 31, high tomorrow 53 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.